Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Mike. It's a true honor to be here. Thank you for having me back.
It's an honor to have you back.
Thank you.
It's an honor, actually, to have Big E here today.
What?
We
Why?
almost lost him last night. I don't know the story, but apparently he ended up in a ditch and had to, yeah.
Oh, Weezus.
I know.
Jesus, is it true?
It's
Huey Lewis mobile, that thing?
yes.
The Malibu.
It's one of those things
Oh,
where
speaking of Huey Lewis.
Yeah, I heard, man. He can barely hear, right?
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm hearing more and
He's
more,
deaf.
and it's scaring
It's
me
not
a
good
lot.
news.
It's scaring me. I mean, I know I'm not on stage
Got
every
that.
night like
Okay,
rock
good.
stars are. I heard it, dude. But like, obviously I'm not on stage every day like rock stars, but I go to a lot of freaking shows, and the EDM shows are worse than even regular rock. I've said it before just because of the bass and how constant it is, and I just don't wear earplugs, and I know that I should.
You're gonna start, yeah.
I think I'm going to, honestly.
Yeah.
So, you're with us. What happened, Weezus? Describe.
Oh my god. So I was just driving home last night from doing an open mic, and the
How'd it go? Well to quite well?
It went all right. The roads were fine. The highway was fine, but it was like,
Was it snowing last night?
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah, for
okay.
sure.
Did
And
you tell your Chicago hooker story?
No, I don't tell that often anymore. I only tell that usually for paid stuff now. for the
Snowy
most part.
roads.
But the roads were snowy. But it's like they were fine. The highway was fine. And I just got in a zone. I'm just listening to sports radio. And I'm starting to think, like, shit, if I can get home before midnight on an open mic, I'm really happy. So I'm like, holy fuck, I could actually get home before midnight. And I just, they always say, like, the exit ramps and on-ramps
Sure.
are more slippery, man. And I hit that exit ramp, dude. And all of a sudden, just, oh shit.
It's the worst feeling
just
ever.
Fucking
It is.
spinning out, dude.
Wow.
Just in a complete circle. Thank God there's not cars around me. And then the other thing is like the sign that has like, oh, here's Wendy's and shit. Because my only thought,
You
honestly,
missed all
was,
that?
yes.
Good.
Because my biggest thought, honestly, is I don't really feel like I'm gonna get hurt for the most part. There's not a car, luckily, around me. But this car, dude, I don't want to buy a new car tomorrow or today. And that sign was kind of, I'm spinning in that circle, and I see that sign, and I'm like, please don't hit that sign. Please don't hit that sign.
Did you try to recover? Were you like laying on the brake and
Yeah,
spinning the
but
wheel?
dude, it happened so fucking fast. Honestly, it was literally I'm on the exit ramp, and I start to make the turn. I just start to make the gradual kind of swerve left,
Yeah.
and it just boom in a circle, and then it was like, but then I was on the grass, and it's
Was
such
it a drastic descent?
dude. It was
or
such an uphill, and I made a dumb call. I'll admit on
You
this.
buried it, didn't you?
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to get up the hill. I'm like, shit, damn,
You tried
this
to go
car's
up
running.
the hill?
Well, the on ramp, it kind of goes down in a big ditch, a very big ditch, but a ditch. So I'm trying to go like up, and I'm like trying, and I'm going in reverse.
Were
and
you
I'm,
scooting in your seat?
Oh, yeah, of course. Like you're right. In your mind, my 180 pounds or 200 pounds is gonna freaking. But I'm trying to go up, and it's not going. And I look back at it later because I don't know that if I had gone sideways and gone up the hill sideways, if I could have done the turnaround. But stupidly, I look behind me to where the highway is.
Could have thrown it in reverse.
And no, I thought that doesn't look like that dent is too big.
The ditch?
The ditch. So maybe I can just freaking boom and power up and go into the highway again.
It's too slippery to stay on the road, but he thinks his
I
Malibu
know,
is going to
yeah.
make it out of a ditch.
So
on the
I do have I took
side.
an image of where it ended up actually
Oh, hell
here.
yes.
Oh, excellent. Jay's a
Good boy,
visual
Weezus.
learner.
Yeah.
This is great.
Look
Look at that asshole.
Oh, man, he's just...
Yeah, you've dug those wheels into the grass.
There's the
if-
Wendy's sign.
Yeah. If you look, you can kind of see
can
like where I
see-
came from.
Yeah.
So like I was trying, and I was going, doing the reverse,
Scooting in your seat, back and forth.
Rocking it. I don't know if
Is
I would.
this you back here, E? I mean, are these...
Yeah, those are from me from
Yeah.
earlier.
You made it quite a distance.
Here's the thing. I'll say that literally, once when I was on the phone with AAA, and once when I was on the phone with my mom, two other cars spun off on the exact same
Really?
exit, and
Ended
there was
up next
actually
to you?
another car on the other exit. So the one car seemed like he was right on the road. So I was shocked he wasn't able to get his car onto the on ramp. So I don't know that even if I'd gone sideways, I could have. I'm just lucky enough that the car was working after like nothing.
So he just pulled you out of there and you were able to drive away?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, here's kind of funny,
I'm not going
too.
to kill you for not being able to get out of that. That's significant.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I could have got out
You got
of
about
it.
80,000 miles on those front tires, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
least.
that I could have got out of even from where I was. That's the thing. My thought
No,
was because the car was fine, nothing seems to be a problem. Here's the funny thing though. So I got the tow truck finally comes. It takes them. Actually went pretty fast. I think within an hour I was back in my car again. So that's actually pretty decent. But like we're so close to the highway, right? Like we're right there. So he's having me in the car. He's towing up because I had to move the wheels to get it on the truck. And then he's just like, "Don't be scared, but just stay in that truck, man, and I'll get you to the gas station."
So you're sitting on the back of the flatbed?
Yes, I just
Awesome,
rode
man.
the car. You know what?
I wonder if that's pursuant to policy.
I doubt it.
I can. You know what? Maybe
That's
I
I
can.
fucking
smelled
awesome.
he was like, I don't want him in the cab with me.
Maybe
You're
I can.
fine, dude. I'll just get you to the
He's
gas
just
station.
sitting on the back of the flatbed.
I have it on Snapchat, and actually,
That's awesome, Jesus.
I have a short video. Maybe I can throw it in the members area.
Yeah.
I took a video of me and I show oh, there's the other car, and I'm just.
Oh, Jesus. Is that not the worst feeling, by the way, when,
The spin out?
yeah, when it feels like you're going slow. And once you
Oh,
go,
yeah,
oh,
you're out of
shit.
control.
And it's like, I'm
Yeah.
a passenger only at this point. And it's like, stop,
Where
stop,
will
stop,
momentum
stop.
take me?
And you're just, as you get close to someone's bumper or the wall on the freeway, and it's like, no,
Dude,
no.
I did it midday on M14 near Sheldon Road.
Yeah.
And just the complete spin around. And I saw like truck go by me. I saw cars going by as I'm spinning.
Really?
And I ended up fucking on the left shoulder, just facing the correct way. And I just like got me wits about me
Wow.
and,
And
just
went-
pulled back into traffic. Yeah,
Wow.
it was
That-
incredible. I didn't hit anything. Nobody hit me.
Were you embarrassed? Were you like, oh, man, this is embarrassing, but all right.
Yeah,
here we
it sort
go.
of felt like that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, yeah, look around over your
Saw
shoulder.
that.
All right.
It's like when you walk, you think there's it's just like a glass door and someone just walks into it. It's like, just open the door. Hope no one saw that. Yep.
Just continue on.
Yep.
I mean, I'll say it was
Do that step off a curb that's
Oh,
not really there.
Jesus,
It's like,
that's
oh,
the worst, dude.
almost buckle a knee and then go, I hope no one saw that.
I can't imagine. I don't know why, but I'm really always fascinated by that. Like we're so know how to walk down steps, and if you the one time if you miss a step, it just like,
The
your
muscle
heart
memory
like
just-
sinks,
yeah.
and you're just like, oh my god.
Or when you think there's one more step and you, you get that, oh, shit.
Jam your leg and your
Yeah.
hip.
I will say it was like 100% my fault. I mean, I was going too fast for the ice. It
It's
was,
you in the car and Mother Nature.
Well,
it's
no, I'm just
obviously
saying,
your
like,
fault.
I know, but I'm saying like the speed would have been like I've gone on that. I exited that ramp 100 times, million times probably. I don't fucking know. But it's just not realizing that holy shit, this is icier than I realized.
So you didn't have to bother Mr. or Mrs. Fady on this?
Luckily, I have AAA, so I
So
just
you
say,
didn't
well,
have to call your dad?
I called them to tell them what was happening, but
Okay,
I mean,
you didn't call your
Really?
dad to have him call the tow truck or anything like
No,
that?
no, I
You
have my
handled that all
AAA
yourself?
card on me and stuff like that.
Is that a
Jesus?
little weird, by the way?
Jesus?
What? No, I have my AAA.
You
card
handled
on.
it yourself?
Yes.
Okay, did you
Yeah.
pay for it?
I mean, I pay my AAA thing, I guess. So I don't know how that works. I mean,
Is that a little weird? He spins out. He's 39 years old now. And he's got his card. He calls AAA. They're on their way. Why are we calling mom and dad?
because my mom freaks out. You know what? Even if I'm 30, if you were at any age, if you live in a place, would Jay call his wife if he was supposed to be home at some point?
That's his wife,
I
not
know,
his
but it's
mommy.
the person. But it's a person
Yeah,
who's
it's the
expecting.
person
you
who's
to be,
expecting you. Good point. Ian.
I mean,
I'm
it
sort
is
of
what
a-
it is, and because of doing these,
So she's waiting up after midnight for you to walk in
no,
the door?
no. But I mean,
It was a harrowing moment.
It's,
Mike.
Yeah.
it's what it is. If it's my,
I mean, if it was rolled over in a ditch, maybe.
my
I
mom's
get
not
it.
waiting
Maybe.
up for me, but she's not waiting up for me. But like, dude, I mean, I'll
So
admit
you
it.
woke her up.
Well,
See, I wouldn't have
probably
woken
not.
her up. I
Probably
wouldn't have
not.
woken her up.
Awful. This sorry, hi,
Hi,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Fady.
No, you know what?
Probably
She every time I
exhausted
do an
this morning.
open mic, she wants me. I don't to text her when I'm leaving.
I understand how
So-
it is as a parent. You're sort of
so
like half sleeping, but
that's-
expecting.
that's-
But you're a parent to like a 10-year-old.
That's
Okay,
true.
They're a parent to a 40-year-old
Okay,
man.
well,
I mean,
I'm a
okay,
parent to
well,
a
if I-
tiny girl.
Tiny
Get a sweet pie.
dude, if I was living with a
I'll
girlfriend,
tell you what she
I'm
did
pretty
to
sure
me
I-
on April Fool's Day.
Oh no! Did you get fooled?
I got fooled.
What did she do?
I won't get fooled again. She, dude, it was beautifully done because it was on Easter, so you don't expect it, you know.
Yeah.
But she's like, Dad, do you want to try some of these mini Oreos I got? And I'm thinking like, oh, the Easter Bunny had Oreos in
Yeah.
the basket, and so she opens them up. And there's these little mini golden Oreos, and I'm like, sure, I'll take a couple, and I throw them in, and she's just sitting there watching me, and I'm
Oh,
eating them. I'm
no.
like, this tastes kind of weird. She goes, Ha ha! I took the icing out. It's toothpaste. Like, oh God, man. I mean, it was nasty. It was
sinister.
It was a nasty aftertaste. And I'm like, well, sweet pie, what'd you do? Take a little knife and take out the icing
No.
and lick the knife? Dude,
She ate it out.
She goes,
Licked it
I
up.
used my fingernail.
But it's tiny.
She's a tiny girl. She got me.
Oh, that's so gross. Yeah. Dude, you didn't notice it when you took it out of there that it didn't smell minty to you?
No, it was just so quick. It was like, yeah, I'll take a couple, boom, throw them in my mouth, and
Yeah.
kind of tastes.
Oreos have
odd.
gone south since I remember them. Boy, Hydrox really was the cookie.
But you're not supposed to ingest toothpaste, right? So I had a fair amount of toothpaste go into my gut.
Yeah,
I wasn't
you're
feeling
fine.
that great.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Hey, speaking of cars, Truck Month continues to roll on with blazing deals at Zotford and Holly. Big E wouldn't have ended up in a ditch had he been driving a Ford F-150.
You need
That's
some
for sure.
4x4.
True.
And it's a new 18 loaded four-wheel drive F-150 Super Crew as low as $144 a month. Yep, at least the #1 selling truck in America, the Ford
Yes, please.
F-150 at just $144 a month. Plus, how about this? Yes, please. Zott Ford has not one, not two, but 3 Ford Raptors in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Hurry, these sexy bastards won't last long. Surf their explosive deals and their massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
I got to truck it up next time.
Yeah, I
Next
think I'm
car,
going with
you
another
know?
truck, dude. I've got
Yeah.
one of my vehicles coming up here soon, and I think I'm going to go
Transit?
with that. Well, I asked for that to be priced out, honestly. And
expensive?
Renee is on that right now. I haven't seen the price,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to look at Transit, Escape, and F-150.
Yeah. I want to do F-150. I love those Explorers, too.
Yeah.
Like,
are
I think
great.
Steve's got one. Maybe Maurice's got one, too. And I'm just like, God, I like that.
Yeah,
I like
those
that a
are
lot.
nice.
But they're expensive. But I don't know. Maybe if he's got one for $141 a month, I'll jump all over that. Loaded, obviously.
Of course.
You know, that's what I'm going to need. So, dude, what is going on at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Starbucks cannot, like, aren't they, like, when I think
They're
of,
such
like,
woke bays, too.
dude, when I think of woke bay companies,
Yeah.
Starbucks is, like, top of the list.
That's why they flipped out about this.
Yeah.
CEO meeting personally
Oh
with
my
these
goodness.
guys. He's-
Reprehensible.
yeah, this is not the way we do business.
The CEO of Starbucks flies down to Philadelphia over this incident. Although I almost can't fault him when you've just got
Oh, totally.
protesters in your
Yeah.
store all day. So he met with these two black men. It's weird. They haven't been identified. Their lawyer won't identify them, and Starbucks won't. They weren't arrested. Maybe that's why. But they were arrested without cause. I mean, they were arrested, but they didn't know charges or anything like that. And this goes back a week ago or so. It's been in the news. But Kevin Johnson branded the incident reprehensible after a video went viral of these customers confronted by cops after a store manager called and was like, yeah, they're trespassing. They won't get the fuck out of here. You know, obviously it escalated quickly, and so this obviously fires up people, and it's because they're black. It's just because they're black that they're being asked to leave. So Johnson traveled to Philadelphia to the store to meet the two men and apologize in person. He said that Starbucks wanted to add training for store managers, an unconscious bias. So that's what they're going to go through now is unconscious bias training. I'd like to have a dialogue with them and the opportunity to listen to them with compassion and empathy through the experience that they went through. I'm thinking about going in blackface for next February for the entire month just to know what their experience is like. In fact, we're thinking about removing all cream from our stores. We only serve black coffee now at Starbucks.
There you go.
'Cause
Do,
of
do an
empathy.
undercover boss. Go blackface around all
Could
Starbucks.
you imagine? I've decided to don blackface for the month that celebrates the black.
Yes.
February, that's the one.
And an afro hairstyle.
I'm going with the Colin Kaepernick. Have you seen the
Mr. Microphone look.
he's just got paint on his face and the big afro. How you doing? Welcome to Starbucks and shit.
Yeah, motherfucker, can I take your order and shit?
I just want to go through life and know what they feels like. He's trying to he's an overwoke bay.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know. So he met with the men as around 24 protesters took over the shop Monday, accusing the company of racial profiling. Do you know how many customers just went, yeah, I'm going to go down to Tim Hortons?
Oh, totally.
Like you walk up, dude, I'm looking at pictures, and there's fucking 50 people in the store.
Yeah.
And there's some guy, some poor white douche at a cash register with
barista.
his green smock on,
Yeah.
and he's just standing there, and there's a guy, I don't know, 3 inches from his face with a bullhorn. It's like, oh, man, Can I
It's
get
just
you
my
a
shift, man.
Can I just get you a mocha or something?
Yeah.
You want a latte or something? It's like, oh, dude.
Well, what are the circumstances, though? Because I heard the manager just made no inquiry as to why these gentlemen were in the store and just called the cops. Oh, 2 black guys.
Well, they're getting into trouble because of their policy about the bathroom, which isn't Starbucks where you go and can hang out for 4 hours with free Wi-Fi.
Dude,
and
that's
just,
what everybody does.
Right,
You go and
right.
buy the least thing on their menu,
Exactly.
which is, $8, and then
Right.
you sit there for 9 hours and you
work on your
look
computer.
woke and sweet, and you've got
Sure.
your little green coffee cup. In
Yeah,
front.
perhaps you've got a scarf and some kick-ass glasses
Sure.
on. Yeah. But do you have to buy something when you do that? Can you
I mean,
walk in and just
I
sit
don't
down with
know.
your laptop?
I always do because I
Yeah,
really
I would
feel
feel
like
like an asshole. I do a lot of sitting in restaurants and working, and
Yeah.
I would feel like a total asshole not getting a coffee.
Right, I always do, but I do what Jay described. I get literally the cheapest thing I can, so at least I feel like I'm paying for my use of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So the protesters stood in front of the counter with a megaphone chanting stuff like Starbucks coffee is anti-black. So what's the rhythm? What's the cadence for
Starbucks coffee, anti-black. Star Wars coffee,
not Star Wars.
Star Wars. Couldn't they have come up with something sweet about, the latte and all that? They could have come up with something really good about a black coffee and
Yeah. Starbucks.
they don't serve black, something along those lines.
Yeah. Starbucks coffee is anti-black. Starbucks coffee is anti-black. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. Starbucks coffee is anti-black. All doo-dah day. That's not bad. That's not bad. I like that one. Protesters called for the employee who called the police to be fired. I guess she's not there anymore.
I want to know the circumstances, though. Because, really.
Well, I'll
you,
tell you what they were. Oh, we got another slogan. Okay.
you deserve to be asked to leave if you're not patronizing the restaurant, right?
I guess one of them asked to use the bathroom, and they have a code. I didn't know this. They have, and I don't know if this is at every Starbucks, but there's
I don't
another
believe
story
it is.
that you do think.
I
that,
don't believe it is.
Yeah.
It's probably just the area that they're in where they get vagrants and shit who come off the street, and
Yeah.
they don't want to be the place where vagrants go.
Look
There's
at that
Zach. Look
hipster.
at poor Zach.
Yep, hi, I'm hipster Zach. I got my beard, my glasses. I'm standing stone faced. And Megaphone Man.
Normcore from head to toe.
Megaphone Man is right in his face. Starbucks coffee is anti-black. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Starbucks coffee is anti-black. All doo-dah day. He's just like, can I get you something?
It's just his shift.
Yep. Did you want to buy something, or should I have you arrested too?
Is that a
Is it
is that a vente or a whatever
They're
the other one?
stupid sizes, whatever they call them.
Yeah, yeah. Large, small.
Yeah.
I refuse to say vente, any of that bullshit. Well, I haven't been there in forever. So they hadn't made a purchase, and one of them asked to use the bathroom, and they're like, "Yeah, you."
I don't even know why they even
Paying,
asked.
paying customers only because they need to get the code.
Oh,
They need to get
okay.
the 4-digit code. The guy's got to shit like crazy, and he's like, I need the code. And they're like, well, buy something. It's for paying customers only. And so,
Is that unreasonable?
no.
Okay.
It's their policy. And so they get into some sort of exchange over this, and she's finally like, look, go. At this point, you're trespassing here. If you're not going to buy anything, you can't use the bathroom.
Yeah.
We're going to ask you to leave now. They refuse to leave. Absolutely refuse to leave. I hear they're kind of being dicks, too. And so the cops are called. The cops realize this is going to be a tense situation. They call for a supervisor to join them. They go there, sit down with the guys, and are extremely polite. And are just like, guys, look, this is private property. If they don't want you here, you're trespassing. You're going to have to leave. They ask them 3 times. The guys refuse. They're not going anywhere. At that point, they are handcuffed, walked out of the premises.
Is there any evidence it was because of their race, other than just the fact that they're black?
Well, they're
and
black, so-
They're inferring it's because of their
Yeah.
race. Was there anything said?
Well, they're black.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the problem with all this. you
I know. The police commissioner, who was black, Richard Ross, said defended the arrest. The cops did absolutely nothing wrong. They were professional in their conduct towards the individuals, but they got the opposite back. I guess these guys were taunting the cops about their low pay for city work, kind of shit, stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. As they're being paraded out, people are going, they didn't do anything wrong. What are you doing? Get your phone out, film it. Racist, boycott Starbucks. And so now these guys are martyrs, heroes. They go down to the police station. They're immediately released and arrested for anything. So, and this police commissioner is like, look, I understand, as a black man, I understand racial bias, and I understand, unconscious bias. This is not one of those situations, blah, blah, blah. But then the CEO of Starbucks comes out and is like, oh, my God, falling on the sword, you know, like, oh, my God, this is the worst thing ever we've ever done. Please forgive us. The criminal defense attorney who's doing this pro bono, Lauren Wimmer, is representing the two men. And her quote was, two young black men who were simply waiting to be joined by a friend were blatantly discriminated against based on their race. This is inexcusable. It's not only inexcusable, it's illegal.
Based on their race. I want to hear the evidence that it was
Look at
based on.
the
It could have
size.
been. I don't know. You know, I want to hear the evidence. If it was based on race, that's incredible and awful and needs to
course.
stop. But if it was just two dudes,
Yeah.
has nothing to do with race. And we're just in this spot because we like to identify everybody and put them in little silos, and that's how we do things now.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I think they were supposed to meet a friend there who was white. They were waiting on a friend who's like a real estate guy, and they were going to have a meeting.
Meeting?
But before they got to their meeting, before this guy showed up, which is odd, the white guy was late. You know, you usually don't.
Meeting? I said a meal.
So anyway, the white guy's late, and
Mike, you know,
what?
try to handle these things objectively, and then you go say something like that,
What? I was just pointing out that he was tardy for their meeting.
which is odd
Which-
because he's white. He's the white guy.
I know I didn't
What
say.
do you mean by that?
Cause he's white.
I don't understand
I said
that.
it was odd that he would hold these gentlemen up like that. They've got places to be. They're obviously busy, and so the white guy's late, tardy for whatever reason, and that's where this went down. So as they're being taken out, the white guy decides to show up, and then he's like, "What's going on here? It's because they're black. They didn't do anything. It's because they're black, right?"
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
of course it's because they're black.
Maybe it was, and I want to hear about that. But if
Yeah.
it wasn't, that really blows.
Yeah, I don't, Starbucks of all places, you know, I don't know. But then there's another one now, another black Starbucks customer claims he was denied entry to the bathroom moments before a white man was let in without buying something.
Oof.
Now, this looks bad. It's actually pretty funny. We've got video of this black dude standing outside the bathroom. He's just waiting, and this guy could be in there for 20 minutes. We don't know what's going on in there. We don't know. And he's in there, and he's just filming, and so this goofy fucking white kid comes out, and he's like, "Hey,
What are you
man,
doing?"
What's your name?" "Yeah, Weston." He's like, "Hey, Weston, so have you bought anything?" He's like, "No, I was about to." He's like, "Come on over here to the counter with me." I'll let you see the video. It's pretty funny. So I don't know how Starbucks gets
Gonna
around
handle
this
this.
one. I mean, this is
Damn it.
Weston, nice to meet you, sir. Did anyone told you that you look like someone familiar?
No.
No, you never got that?
Yeah,
Have you purchased anything in here, sir?
No, but I was just about to go.
You about to go purchase
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, but before you made a purchase, they let you use the restroom, right?
And I just typed in, I asked for the code.
You asked for the code, and they just gave it to
Yeah.
you, right? Before you made a purchase.
Damning. Here you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
See,
All
this
right,
is the
cool.
evidence I
Let's go.
wanted, Mike.
Are you done? Were you about to get something?
Starbucks
gonna
is
get-
indeed
Are you
racist.
gonna get-
Disparate
Okay,
treatment right there.
all right.
it's weird because it's an Asian woman at the counter.
This is Weston. And Weston hadn't made a purchase yet,
Is
you
this the
guys.
same location or
So
just
I would like
different one.
Starbucks right here on Redondo, on Artesia, and Hawthorne.
You need to stop recording
This
right
man
now.
right here said he hasn't made a
Or
purchase yet.
Weston,
He
he's
didn't
just
want to make
standing
a
here. I
purchase.
just wanted to
And you
go
guys
pee
haven't
and get a
you
coffee.
guys,
Yeah,
you
now
guys
I'm
have
in the
gave
middle of
him the
this.
code, right? Isn't that
Oh
what you
man,
did?
I'm going viral.
No, this is not your business. This is not your
This is a
business.
private business.
This is
Yes,
not
I
your
am the store
business, though.
manager.
Okay, you may be a
And
store
I'm asking
manager,
you to
but you're
leave
not
right
the.
now.
You're not in
You're actually
charge.
not allowed to be in here. You need to
I'm
leave.
I'm not allowed to be in here anymore.
Yeah, I
Why?
have to leave.
You see, they're so mad. Why are they upset with me, Weston? What did I do? I just tried to use the bathroom like you did, and they gave
Man,
it to
leave me
you.
out of this shit.
Is it my skin color? Is it my skin color? Is it my skin color?
No, it's your
Is it my
trolling
skin
activities.
color? I can
Yeah.
use the bathroom, but Weston could. Amen.
Nothing to do with your skin color. You're just being a troll.
Hey, but this is
Yeah,
about
here
to be
comes
on
security.
social media. It's about to go in the shade room. You guys know.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Poor Starbucks. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah, they're in trouble now. He's, of course, all these people. You know, this is going on social media. This is going to be huge. You're going to see. You're going to feel this one. Cop's like, yeah, dude, whatever. He's like, take it to World Starbucks down the road. Get out of here. This is a white Starbucks. Take your ass to World Starbucks.
I'm all for eliminating as much racism as we can, but man, this
Yeah.
seems like this little, piecemeal stuff that you pull at this location and that
Yeah.
location reacts differently, and
Well, it makes you wonder, especially that one there, where Weston's a little nerdy white kid with glasses. You know, is there something about
Implied
him?
bias.
Him walking in there and going, "What's the code?" That they go, he's going to take a whiz and he'll be back to get a
maybe
coffee.
he's there every other day. They know Weston, as
Yeah.
a regular. Like, he's gonna get a latte like he always does.
You hate to think that. I can't imagine if I was behind the counter there and a black guy walked up and I just let a white guy go to the bathroom, gave him the code, like I would go, he's black. I got to be suspicious about this. He's probably not going to buy anything. And if he does, I doubt he'll tip very well. No code for you, sir. God. Like, dude, but you're right. All these tiny examples where it's like, okay,
then you're going to draw broad conclusions, right?
Are we trying to shoehorn race into everything?
Yeah,
Is that really what we're doing?
Our identity, right? Identity, everything. It's what race are you? What gender are you? Etc. That's how I'm going to treat you, or you should be treated, or cared for. And,
oh, but dude, how do they get 50 people to show up on just like a Tuesday afternoon with bullhorns and pre-made signs and
social justice warriors? They're ready to go.
They are.
The bat signal went out
at a drop of a hat, and dude. Starbucks, they have to just like wake up every morning and go to Twitter and just be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Why are we trending? Did we release a new coffee? Please say the pumpkin latte spice latte is out today.
Isn't that amazing?
That's why we're trending.
There are thousands of employees across the country, Starbucks employees.
Tens of thousands.
And one of them can just make this go awry, as she did, right? Or he did, whatever that manager was.
That's the biggest thing. It's it'd be one thing that you're right.
You got to bat 1,000 with every employee. That every interaction with the customer is going to be exactly right.
Yep.
Shouldn't the thing be that this one manager, maybe there was an issue here? The notion, you're right. There's 3 within 10 minutes of this place that we're at right now. Are those people now racist because they fucking one person in Philadelphia?
No, that's what's crazy about the social justice movement, though. They're willing to just broad brush it and fucking really affect a lot of people in the meantime that are completely innocent or probably doing things right.
Yeah, and the worst part is we don't care what the story is because there's a real possibility. I don't know. I wasn't there. None of us know. But when you hear other people talking about that situation from the last story, it was like these guys were apparently being kind of dicks to the cops, belittling, and they were being rude to the management. That they were being assholes.
Right there. There's some discretion, right?
And so
Whether
you
allow somebody in the restaurant when they're not buying anything.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, we thrown out because we're black, and it's like what, and the holy shit goes off, and you're like, okay, well, there's probably a little more to this story. I doubt that it just was as simple as, oh, they're black. Don't let them in the bathroom. They'll probably break it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's...
Aren't most racists more crafty than that, I would think, these days, right?
I don't think they're working at Starbucks. I got to be honest with you, man. Like,
it's probably the last place they'd be.
Guns and Ammo USA, maybe with a Confederate flag hanging around the wall.
Righty?
You go, I hope not, but I could see it.
Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upward of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz, our buddy at LPL Financial, help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, did you see we lost Harry Anderson yesterday?
I did.
It's kind of a bummer, man.
Night Court, the judge from Night Court.
Yeah, did you like Harry Anderson?
You know, I was thinking about that. Like, do I know him from anything else? No, absolutely
Cheers.
not. He was on Cheers.
He was Harry the Hat. It was a great role. He would have these, like, he would just come in and scam the bar. He was a magician.
Oh, I don't
and
remember
he was a real magician in real life, comic magician. And so he would always fuck with the retarded. You know, they had who was before Woody,
Coach.
Before Coach. Coach was just kind of a bumbling dope.
Yeah.
And so it was like, you know, that'll be $1, and he'd be like, oh, all I got's a 10, you know, and then it's like, oh, I found that $1 when you bring the change. So here, why don't you take that and just give me my 10 back, and then you bring the 10 back. Now he's got $20. He's like, nah, I don't want to carry all these singles. How about you just trade this in for a 20? And you know, oh yeah, put a 20 on it. Thanks, man. Walk out the door with $30.
Nice.
So he was always scamming them like that, not paying his bill.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I do obviously remember him from Night Court. Of course, the great NBC lineup of The Cosby Show, Family Ties, Cheers, and Night Court.
Yes.
And he was a stalwart on that show. But
was that the original must-see TV?
I think so.
Were they calling it that then?
You've brought that up several times. Every time I go, I think so.
I think so, right? That's where must-see TV started. It really was. That
hell of a lineup.
Oh, the Thursday night lineup.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was awesome. Anyway, found dead in his house, 65.
Yeah, dude. Too young.
Way too young. Gone way too soon.
Correct.
So, Monday, the police were called to his home before 8 o'clock in the morning. Circumstances haven't been revealed. However, they don't suspect foul play. I didn't realize he started over almost 200 episodes of Night Court. You know, there were some big names on that show at the time. Whatever happened to John Larroquette? Remember
Yeah,
that?
no kidding.
Like that guy was like a big deal for a while.
Yes, he was.
Martin Mull. Remember Martin Mull?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bull.
Yep, Bull. And then was it Marky?
Marky Post.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of wanted to bang Marky Post.
Everybody kind of wanted to bang Marky
Yeah.
Post.
And then you had the Charles Robinson was the black. Was he
Yes.
the bailiff
Yep.
or the
He was like the clerk.
clerk? And then Marsha Warfield. I think she was a black woman. She might have been an attorney. I don't remember, but
Was she Roz? Perhaps.
was Roz on that show?
Roz was another bailiff, and I don't know if she
Okay.
replaced Bull, and maybe she was on after, but there
Yeah,
was
I think they did have some lineup changes from the very first whatever. But yeah, he's survived by his wife Elizabeth Morgan. He's got a couple children. I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, 65, not a bad run. I'm like, shit, my parents are older than that.
Right.
Like, dude, that's young. So anyway,
You're almost 65.
I know, right? Damn. Hannity. See Hannity catching some shit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's worth catching shit for. Or,
Yeah. Well, it's so easy to go full disclosure.
Yeah, true.
just open up with full disclosure. I've had a couple conversations with him because if you're going to go
Well, tell the
on-
story.
Yeah, okay. Sean Hannity was named yesterday. A judge released the name. I guess that Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, who's got his office raided and all that, has 3 clients. He's got 3 clients, one of which is the president. And then there was this secret names. It was like, would cause embarrassment to him and his profession, so we don't want to release it. And the judge is like, yeah, go fuck yourself. That's not enough of a reason. Release the name. And so the whole court is like,
Who is it?
and then it's like Sean Hannity, and they're like, oh, fuck yes. And the left media just went, I mean, Kool and the Gang was queued up, and
Yeah.
bow, wow, wow, wow.
I mean, what conclusion do you really draw from that? Like, what's the worst that you say about Sean Hannity now?
Yeah,
I mean, he was going to bitch about the raid on the Michael Cohen office, whether
Right.
he was a client of Michael Cohen or not.
Right.
So the fact that he didn't say while he's bitching about it on his editorial show, by the way,
I know.
while he's bitching about it, the fact that he didn't stop and go, look, full disclosure, I also have consulted Michael Cohen, so just know that.
Yeah.
But my personal feelings or my business relationship with Mr. Cohen have nothing to do with my feelings about this story.
Right.
Like, that would have got him free and clear.
For sure. And it's easy enough to do, and he knows better.
Yeah, but the fact that he didn't, like, big deal.
Yeah, no, it's not a big deal.
Right? People think he's a shill and a liar, and he's going to do anything for
Yeah.
the president anyway. So nobody trusts anybody in the news anymore. Do
No.
you not trust Sean Hannity anymore because of this?
And he's not in
Didn't
the news.
trust him before.
He's not in the news. He's a political commentator. That's all. He does a radio talk show. He's not a news anchor. He's not a journalist.
Right.
He's just giving his stupid opinions on one side that he really believes on.
Yes,
That's
in
it.
Bullet point form every day. The
Every
same
day.
7 bullet points.
Yes. People. I wish people would learn that, the difference between Tucker Carlson and Anderson Cooper.
But the problem is they're so prevalent now.
I know.
That's pretty much all you see on the news. There's
Yeah.
very, very few people who are just strictly, hey, I'm reporting the news.
yeah, and even them,
Because
you
that's
can't
not as
really
good
trust.
a TV show. Because the TV show aspect and the 24-hour nature of it
Yeah.
demand that there be personality.
Yes.
And that they say outlandish things and that people are drawn in to disagree with them or agree with them vehemently.
Yes.
So the reporter is dead. I mean, it really...
Yeah. And they'll throw it to a reporter. What's the update on the whatever,
Yeah.
talks with Russia? And,
Yeah.
well, thanks, Glenn. We're here on the scene.
And even they're editorializing
Yes.
to a great extent now.
They're playing for a side. We all see it.
George Stephanopoulos, great example, right? He just did the Comey interview.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think you'd do that in sort of a reporter type fashion, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Comey tell his story. There's tons of examples where he's like, isn't that amazing that the
Yeah.
president did that? I mean, that is... Comey's like, yeah, it
Have
was.
you ever seen that before? I mean, I haven't. And he can't be more of a shill for one side.
Yeah.
The follow-up, the lack of follow-up questions is what's so troubling about
Right.
it. It's like, dude, if you're going to have someone on that big and you're going to break this apart, you have to fucking ask follow-up questions and pin them down.
Right.
Unless you absolutely believe everything they're saying, and then you can just let them run roughshod over you, which is what happens. So it was funny. I tuned in when I saw Hannity trending. I was like, okay, I'll tune in and see if he addresses it.
See if he died or something. No, he didn't die. He's still
Yeah,
alive.
yeah. Well, I wanted to tune in to his show and out of the gate and just see if he addressed it. Of course, he saved it till the end, but he had Alan Dershowitz on, and he wants Dershowitz to talk James Comey, and it was great because Alan.
The Dersh was like, why didn't you just disclose it?
Yeah, Dershowitz came on and was just like, hold on, before we get into Comey, he's like, I do want to say, I really think that you should have disclosed your relationship with Cohen when you talked about him on this show. You could have said you'd asked him for advice, whatever. But I think it would have been much, much better had you just disclosed your relationship.
Here's the thing, too. Hannity should have seen that there was the potential for some sort of data dump that would have disclosed his name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his shit was just raided. It
Yeah.
was just collected by people. The fact that his name would leak out of that was very probable, whether it was through this procedural issue or through just an FBI leak.
Yeah.
So he should have. Yeah, he should have been.
Does he have
of
to?
that. No, he doesn't
Of
have
course
to.
not.
But he should have been out in front of it, thinking those
He should
terms,
know
right?
better. He
Yeah.
should know that they're
I mean, if you
desperate.
really distrust the FBI on this matter as much as he does, why didn't you get out in front of this?
Yeah. And it's
Stupid.
just too easy to go full disclosure. You see people do it all the time. Hey, just for full disclosure, I've got a little history. I've sought advice on a couple real estate things, nothing to do with politics or Trump or anything like that. I have sought advice from Michael Cohen. He's a brilliant real estate guy, and so I've sought his counsel at times, a handful of times, just like, hey, what do you think of this deal? Full disclosure, just want to let that out there, because the problem is, if you look like this is your boy, and then you go on the news and shit all over the other side for 6 months straight without ever, did I mention that? Fuck, I forgot to mention that. All of a sudden, it's like, well,
I know.
why are you shitting so hard on that other side? Is it because this is your guy?
Right.
That you have a personal relationship
You
with?
want to ultimately be
Avoid all that.
believed, right? You want credibility in what you're saying,
Yes.
so it's easy enough to just disclose.
Michael Cohen never represented me in any legal matter. I never retained his services. I never received an invoice. I never paid Michael Cohen for legal fees. I did have occasional brief conversations with Michael about legal questions I had where I was looking for input and perspective. My discussion never rose to any level that I needed to tell anyone that I was asking him questions. They never involved a third party at all. My questions were exclusively focused on real estate. I hate the stock market. I prefer real estate. Michael knows real estate.
Here's a possibility, and I'll not beat a dead horse here, but it's possible he met the guy for lunch and was just like, hey, I want to bounce a couple things off you, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm looking into this real estate, and Michael's like, this and that. And then Michael went back and opened a file on him, which Hannity didn't expect. He expected just kind of like, you know, over the lunch table talk. And so when this thing broke, maybe Hannity's not thinking in terms of he's got a file on me that they're going to find a file and my name's going to come out. That could be. It could have just been such a loose conversation in Hannity's mind.
I wondered what this meant. Maybe
Like if
you
he
could tell
wasn't
me.
billed for it, you wouldn't be thinking the guy's going to open a file on you.
Right. So when he says, I never asked Michael Cohen to bring this proceeding on my behalf.
Right. So he
So is that-
so he was probably thinking like, hey, what do I do about this? Do I sue this guy or what? I've got this property in Malibu, somebody, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Cohen's like, we could go one of two ways. Think about it. Let me know. And Hannity walks off thinking, all right, there's just a lunch table conversation.
Yeah.
And
now
unbeknownst
he's
to him,
filed
he
it.
went back and filed some notes on it or opened a file
Yeah.
with a matter number and all that stuff that would then get found by the FBI during the raid.
Tucker Carlson came to his defense. And this is kind of beside the point, really, because Sean Hannity's a talk show host. He's not under investigation by anyone for anything. Who he hires as a lawyer, excuse me, and why is nobody's business. No judge has a right to violate his privacy or anyone else's. True. He's not in any legal trouble. It just makes it easy to look fishy to the other side.
Yeah. And
you could avoid it. The other guy that is named as his third client, you got Trump, Hannity, and Elliot Broidy, who was the deputy finance chair of the RNC until he quit last Friday when it was revealed that Cohen had helped him arrange a $1.6 million payment to a Playboy playmate with whom he banged for 2 years and then bought her an abortion.
Yeah, I
She
heard
got
about
pregnant,
that.
and he's like, I just want to be very clear on this. She wanted to kill that. She wanted to murder that kid, not me. I just said, fine. Here's $800. Go suck it out of you.
He used the same the same form confidentiality agreement with Peggy. What's her name, and Daniel. The pseudonyms. He used the same exact one in that regard. But people were bitching like, why did Stormy only get 1/10 of that or whatever?
Oh God.
She didn't negotiate it.
Yeah. It's tough too because abortions can destroy great relationships, and
like
2
the mother
years
and the
together.
child.
Well, yeah, that's one relationship that gets destroyed. Yeah,
Child, mother,
not the
child.
mom's usually, but the child's relationship to the mom is pretty
Destroyed
after
It's
that. Yeah, it
done.
really is. There's really no easy way to say that, but it's not something that that comes back to haunt people. They regret it later, And I fear that this blossoming relationship that was 2 years strong, maybe this is what destroyed him. And, you know, there he is, by the way. He was with the Playmate for 2 years.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like,
it.
when love finds you,
It's just in the stars, written in the
Yeah.
stars. Cupid's arrow.
Yeah.
Every now and then it just hits, and it doesn't matter if it hits a portly man
No,
of
no, no.
upwards of 360 pounds.
no, that's his original wife.
Yeah.
But then, you know, he's walking down the street and boom, he gets hit with the love arrow in the back.
and
it's
the
like,
Playboy model at the
You
same
know.
time, and it's just written in the stars, gentlemen.
yeah, I mean, there's no fighting it, guys. We've all been there. We've all fallen hard for someone. And, you know, I mean, that's what I would expect to be on the arm of a Playmate. I really would. So.
Love it.
Oh, man.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations. And don't forget, #DrinkHamlin, #DrinkHamlin, and you will be entered into a drawing of sorts with extremely valuable prizes.
Yes. Barbara Bush.
Down goes Barbara Bush. Is she
No,
done?
no, I would have led with that if she was, down goes Barbara Bush. Although I don't know if that's lead worthy at 92.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of expected at 90. Like, you beat
Nature.
the odds by 20 years.
Nature runs its course.
Yeah, you won 20 years ago, you know. Don't be greedy.
I mean, she looked like she was 92 30 years ago.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. When George H. Dub was in the White House,
When he married his mother?
married his Nana, she looked like his Nana
Absolutely.
then, right?
Yes.
How did she somehow put the halt on things, put the brakes on aging, and let him catch up? Because she looked 92 in 1984.
Yeah.
And she still kind of looks 92 now.
It's almost like God said, look, I'm going to speed you up to 92, but
Yeah.
the good part is I'm going to just keep you at 92.
I'm going to freeze you right
You're
there.
not going to look a day older than 92 for the next 30 years.
Yeah. Because she should look like a California raisin at this point,
Absolutely.
right? I mean, she should be a
The crypt keeper.
Crypt keeper, yes. But she kind of like let George H.W. Now he's got the park. He's in the chair. He's got that look on his face.
It's just so. I mean,
Look at
this
that.
is
Can
when
you
George-
believe that's his wife?
He was a vice president at this point, by the way.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at her, dude.
Yeah. She looks like that now. She absolutely.
Yes, she
How did
does.
she stop the
Was
aging
he
process?
he was having sex with her? That's my question, though. I mean,
No, he was pulling his David Copperfield move at this point.
Yeah, I
you
think
know?
so. Yeah, he's doing it right there, right?
Hell, dude, he probably is. Does she look to have a pretty sweet rack on her, though? I mean, it looks like something's going on.
Barbara?
There. Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Boy, you unleash those things from that extra strong brassiere, though.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
bet they go just kneecap.
That thing is tan and full coverage.
but then you're
Yes.
right.
You know?
I mean, then you're right. You know, look at this image. I mean, it's like.
Are we getting to this stage yet?
There he is.
Yeah, here we go. We're at this stage now.
Yeah.
Look at her. She looks better there.
She waited at the finish line for him, you know? She ran the race like 30 years quicker and just waited.
and
George
just
will be here.
stopped.
Yeah.
She just stopped. She didn't run across the ribbon.
She did the tortoise in the hair.
That's not a win, by the way.
The hair's just like dancing near the end. Tortoise is just taking it slow and steady.
Yep.
Finally, Tortoise probably passes her, right?
Yeah,
He's going to outlive her.
maybe. I mean, he's got the park. He's sitting there at 93. He's in and out of the hospital, and so is she.
Are they going to be one of those couples that dies within 24 hours?
Probably,
you know?
probably.
Haven't they been married like 70 years or something?
73 years more than
Wow, man.
more than any presidential couple. They've been married longer than any other one. Yeah, what was I gonna?
I bet they will.
Probably. She's not able to walk anymore. Can't take the dogs out anymore. Neil Bush is giving an update on this and saying that she.
What does the governor have to say?
Yeah, we're not going to the governor. I know they punch Jeb at the end of the story. It's like, ooh,
Jeb! Exclamation.
They're like, ooh, Barbara is the mother of former President George W. Bush and former Florida Governor Jeb Bush.
yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Does the governor get like special later visiting hours?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Or he's got to leave at a certain time. He's got to be out by 8 where the
Right, I'm
presidents are
sorry,
allowed to.
the governor's going to have to leave.
Well, the president.
Anyone not a president is going to have to leave. 41, you're
Damn
good.
it.
43 and 41, you're good.
I would have been the president if not for Trump.
Jeb, you know get out.
You might be talking about sensitive information, and only presidents can
That's
know.
right.
They got the club going.
Dude,
Top
I
secret
would.
Got their
clearance.
rings together and whatnot.
Dude, if my dad and I were presidents, I swear to God, every time I was with G,
The governor
or
table.
Chris, it would just be like, guys, I'm gonna have to ask you for. I've got some You're not
Sensitive.
cleared for
It's
this level. I've got some sensitive information I need to talk to the old man about.
Of course you
And
would.
then it'd just be like, so, did you watch the game last week? You know, just stop doing that to your brother and
Yeah.
sister. It's fucking rude. Ah, it's funny. So Neil is bumming out. They say Barbara's been in and out of the hospital recently, is now in failing health following a recent series of hospitalizations. You don't ever want to hear that. A recent series of hospitalizations. Mrs. Bush decided, I'm done. Get your needles out of me.
Yeah.
Stop putting tubes in me and shit. I'm done. And so she's like, take me home.
So what do you call it? You're in hospice at that point, hospice care?
They're calling it comfort care.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically. So you just go home and they just load you with drugs.
Make you as comfortable as possible before you
and then it
see
sounds
the
like
light.
fucking Neil is sitting there like he's running a vigil just reading to her. Dude, could you imagine you're sitting there all fucking doped up on oxys and Neil will not get the fuck out of the room. He's just reading book after book after book
Neil.
after book. It's like, Neil, I know, you never even made governor. It's okay. It's okay. Former First Lady's she's had COPD. She's battling COPD, which is the pulmonary, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So I probably have. It's where you can't really breathe and you wheeze. So she's got a touch of the COPD and some heart failure, which, not a good combo. She's been treated for decades for Graves' disease, which is a bummer of a name for a disease. You don't want
Graves' disease.
Graves' disease. What do I have? Graves' disease. Ah! At least I didn't know you could live for decades with it. So George H.W., he's also struggling with an illness. He's got touch of the park, and it's left him wheelchair bound. He was hospitalized multiple times for bronchitis and pneumonia.
Yeah.
So
It's tough. I predict, man. I predict one of these couple deaths.
that's a good bet, man.
Within
that's
a week,
fair.
within 5 days, something
Yeah.
like that.
What do we do for first ladies? Did we just throw Nancy in a box and bury her, or do we have a parade through?
I think she
town,
got buried
or-
at like the Reagan Library or some shit.
Yeah.
I think
Do they have to
most-
weight that coffin from the ass down to make up for that bobblehead?
She was
Because
like
you wouldn't want to go in.
a curiously shaped woman,
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
she?
just like,
yeah.
fucking,
Apparently a huge whore too.
Oh, yeah.
Right back in the Rat Pack days.
fuck, those guys all plowed her. Maybe
Banging
at the same
and blowing
time.
them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
God rest her soul.
But they make a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, I miss her every day. They make a big deal when a president dies. They give him
Sure.
flag
Oh,
draped
yeah.
coffins.
Of course.
There's perhaps horses and carriages.
What about a FOTUS?
A FOTUS?
FLOTUS.
First lady of the.
Yeah. What
I
happens
don't
to
know.
FLOTUS?
I don't know.
Boy, I guess it would depend on how close to the administration they are. You know what I mean? Like if Michelle Obama died, it'd be a big fucking deal, right?
Shut the country down.
Yeah.
The globe shuts down.
But this
at
is
that point.
like,
Oh, you won't be able to do. You won't be able to work that day.
You're a racist if you do.
We won't. Yeah, we won't
If you
be able
even
to do a show.
consider
that
going
day.
into work on the day that Michelle Obama dies, for that week, you're a racist if you even
it's
consider it.
free Starbucks all day.
Yeah.
If
No cream.
Barbara Bush dies, I mean, that's natural, right? She's 92.
Yeah.
She's looked 92 for 30 years. Everybody expects it. Nobody's surprised by it.
So you're thinking immediate family, there's no sort of. She's not going to sit and.
No,
what do
she's
they
not
call
going to
it?
lie and wait or whatever they call
Yeah,
it. Lie and
rest.
yeah.
Lie and wait.
Repose.
Yeah, repose.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, lie and repose. We're close.
Whatever,
People know what we're talking
whatever
about.
they strangely did to Ernie Harwell at Comerica Park that time,
that where they just have you in a box and you just look weird and people just walk by and like, oh hey, and they
Yeah.
just do like in the church door, walk past you, and then walk out the church door, lying in respite.
Respite? I
Is
don't
that-
think it's respite. I think it's repose.
Is it repose?
God, if we only had a big machine.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to first ladies when they die, but
I know, right, Jay? Lying in repose.
I think that's more interesting than whether you have the repose or
So would you be offended if they threw her in a coffin, had some wheels on it, threw a rope around a horse, and just had her run through town? And then just like just kick the ass of the horse, and we'll meet you at the
Would
cemetery.
you be offended if we kick her out the door of an open airplane with a parachute?
No. No.
You know?
Personally,
Would you be offended if we threw her on a hovercraft and just sent her across, the Atlantic?
repose.
Just sent
You're
her out.
right.
Repose.
Okay.
Lying
in repose.
Lying in repose is the condition of a deceased person, often of high social stature,
All right.
whose body is available for public viewing.
Can you see what lying in respite is? I just
A respite is a break, right? But
Is
I
it?
don't
Okay.
I
That
don't
would
think
make
that context
sense.
sort of kinda. If only they had a better word for it. Being repose.
Like repose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be? Because I
Lying
know
in,
this
are you
is
talking about
big.
lying in state, dude? Because
State!
Because like
Lying in state.
Lying in repose, I think of though.
Repose is obviously applicable, but yeah, state is what would happen. Lying in state. Yeah, the president's lying in state.
Yeah. How about this for the first,
Statuary Hall.
for the first lady? And we could start a new tradition. You know how in Spain and Mexico, they're like wax dummying them up and having them like play cards at a table
Yes,
with
fuck.
cigar. And you got dudes wearing their like fly ass Adidas and tracksuits
Yeah.
and gold chains.
It's Cuba, right? Cuba was doing
Cuba,
that?
Spain, like
Yeah.
Honduras. This is going on, and we've seen multiple stories. Imagine going to the White House and there's Barbara Bush, just like sitting in a fucking table. I don't know what she'd be doing. What did Barbara Bush do?
It probably increases.
fought for the American families, right? Oh, are you talking about? Or in
I'd
her
like to
life,
see
you mean?
that. We could collect them as they drop off. You just put another one. It's like, oh, Michelle Obama joined the team.
Probably a site, you know, it increases traffic through the White
Sure.
House. And
Yeah.
I'd love to go see that as a tourist. There's Barbara Bush. Shit.
Holy shit.
That's fucking Barbara Bush right there.
Right. No, it's not Madame Tussauds. Madame Tussauds did not. That's actually her playing cards with the dogs. You get her dogs.
Liver
there,
spots and all.
Yep. Anyway, Sandy Hook parents still mourning, still lacking of kids. A couple of them are suing Alex Jones, and usually I'd be like,
Jones, false flag.
false flag operation.
Just for emotional distress, like
Well, it goes further than that, but usually I'd be like, yeah, fuck you, free
intentional
speech, free
infliction of
speech.
emotional distress.
But I felt like his claims were so egregious against these families.
Well, they were causing people to like they're doing like a fundraiser, a 5K, you
Yeah.
know, and the sister, the aunt of one of the dead kids, right, is running in this, and she's being hounded. Faker,
Yeah.
faker, the kid didn't even die. You're lying.
You're
And
an
she's like,
actor, crisis actor.
I'm
That-
running in this thing to raise money for the families. You fucking asshole.
That might have been a woman named Lucy Richards who was sentenced to 5 months in jail for sending one of the parents death threats. You know, stuff like "you're gonna die, death is coming to you real soon." So you have a shitload of whack
People are
jobs
awful.
that listen to these outrageous. You know, some people get the entertainment of it. Oh yeah, man, everything's a conspiracy. 9/11 fake.
Yeah, and at most they go, huh, that's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Huh.
I wonder.
Yeah, boy, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But then you get people that are all in, and and some of those people might show up to a Washington pizzeria with a fucking AR-15.
Ready to break the kids loose out of the basement.
Yes, of course, just start firing into the floor.
Yeah.
You know, or hound these poor Can you imagine any family grieving more than one of the parents from Sandy
I
Hook
know.
of all things? And one of the parents was like, "Yeah, I had to hold my son with a bullet in his head." You know, when they give the body back, and one of his producers or one of his news guys at InfoWars was like, "Nah, it didn't happen. They were identified by pictures, fake. You never held that kid." And this guy's like, "Yeah, motherfucker, it did happen. They end up giving your kid back after they're done with the thing. And yes, I held my 6-year-old with a bullet hole in his forehead."
Yeah, I saw that. It was my 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so,
dick.
so the pair of lawsuits were filed late yesterday. They say Jones' repeated lies and conspiratorial ravings have led to death threats. Neil Heslin is the father of a 6-year-old killed in the shooting. And then you've got Leonard Posner and Veronique De La Rosa, who lost their little boy. They filed suits in Austin, Texas, where he is at. They're seeking more than $1 million in damages from Jones, InfoWars, and Free Speech Systems LLC. Also, Owen Schroyer is named in the lawsuits. He's the one that was saying it's fake. Heslin's suit focuses on his heartless and vile claims that the father lied in this interview with Megyn Kelly about holding his dead son.
Yeah.
And so this guy's like, "Yeah, they were identified with pictures, not in person. That's not something you would misspeak about."
So it's a slander suit.
Yes. They say, yeah, that claim is manifestly false. The children's bodies were eventually turned over to the families. Posner and De La Rosa are also targeting Jones for calling them liars. He discussed an interview that De La Rosa gave to CNN's Anderson Cooper, and he's like, so here are all these holier-than-thou people. When we question CNN, who's supposedly at the site of Sandy Hook, and they get in one of the shot. I'm looking at the shot, all right, and the leaves are blowing, and then there's a glitch. It's a green screen. I was trying to say that this is a whole fucking setup. CNN, the whole team's in on it. It's he's like, they got leaves blowing, the flowers that are around. You see the leaves blowing, and they glitch. They're recycling a green screen behind them. Folks, we've got video of Anderson Cooper with clear blue screens out there. He's not there in the town square. We got people clearly coming up and laughing and then doing fake crying. We've clearly got people where it's actors playing different parts for different people. The building's bulldozed, covering up everything.
It's impossible to say, obviously, but do you think Alex Jones actually believes this shit, or is he just filling a market need?
You know, it's weird. I've heard him interviewed before, and he's not a dumb guy. Like, he's one of those dudes, you know, I'm always impressed with these people that are like, that spit out dates and names and historical things, like, that I'm not just aware of. It's like, oh, yeah, the fight at Tonkin in 1942, and January 3rd.
See, I'm never impressed by that. I always go, is that for real? And moreover, what are the real circumstances if that actually happened?
Yeah, but to me...
You know, because that is exactly done just to have the influence that you just described. Like holy shit, man, this guy knows his shit.
But I wouldn't
I always go, what really happened in Tatonkin in 1944?
Yeah.
If I read up about that, would I actually find that there's two sides to that story?
Maybe, but did something happen there on this date at that? I'm not gonna Bing it and find out.
How would you even spell Tatonkin?
I don't know.
Sounds very Native American.
Yeah, I think I made that
Feather,
up.
not dot.
Yeah, it was a great war, Tonkin. Yeah.
You
False
think you
flag.
made that up? Like, is there really a...
Jesus was reaching for the keyboard. God bless him.
Yeah.
Give him
He was gonna
credit.
try-
He's learning.
Dude, he was
gonna
gonna
try to
bing
bing to-
Starbucks. What are you talking about?
Good point.
He's 4 stories back.
That's bullshit, man. I was not...
He'll get to the Gulf of Tonkin in a
I
minute.
was gonna bing Flotus. What the fuck does Flotus mean anyway?
So I've heard him go on monologue rants with tremendous
Yeah.
detail about battles and stuff. And you're like, fuck,
Yeah, but
man,
that's what
I
a
could never
snake
do
oil
that.
salesman does, right? He learns his
Maybe.
background that nobody's gonna check. He's gonna sound so in depth. He's gonna sound so knowledgeable about
Yeah.
the details that nobody's gonna question him on it, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna have these grand conclusions at the end.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I look at myself and I'm like, dude, things I care about, I don't remember the dates of. Like, I don't,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
this is business, man. This is what he does.
Yeah, but I couldn't do that no matter how hard I tried. It just seems like a higher level of intelligence. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit, but he doesn't. My point is, he doesn't sound like an
right, I
idiot,
get it.
you know. And so, do I think he believes this shit? No, I think he knows he's doing an entertainment show, and he's got a few million people that are sucked in and want to believe 9/11's an inside job. And it's like, if you take a step back and you go, dude, you look at how inept your government is. They just are. They can't get anything right. They fuck up everything, and leaks happen. You're telling me they're going to pull off 9/11, hide planes, bodies, all these people involved.
Not only
and
pull
no
that
one's going
off,
to talk about it.
nobody's going to talk about it.
They went in and wired a building in the middle of the night. Really, they wired 90 floors of a building. It's asinine. And normally I wouldn't care about something like this. So public figures. But the Sandy Hook families are not public figures.
Yeah, he's slandering them.
You know, yeah, and causing, dude, there are a lot more than that one girl is death threatening them and calling them liars and fakes.
As tough a standard as it is to meet for intentional infliction of emotional distress, this is a pretty good case for it, man.
Yeah.
Like, you are inflicting this shit, intentionally causing them harm. I mean, here's the Michigan standard. Listen to the standard. It must be so outrageous in character and so extreme in degree as to go beyond all possible bounds of decency and to be regarded as atrocious and utterly intolerable in a civilized community. It kind of goes there,
Kind of
right?
checks the box.
Yeah.
Honestly, this story fits that box. You're not going to get much sympathy in a courtroom for, well, does it fit that whole definition? No, dude. That is bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, you want to go on and go, JFK, you know, shooting, moon landing. What's the worst? Buzzard might clock you in the nose. You know, you call the moon landing fake. You might take one in the chops.
It's one thing
Buzz
to
Aldrin, but
it's one thing to question that, or to question whether Sandy Hook was set up by the government, but to go and drill down on the families as much as he's done and
Crisis
cause people to do,
actors.
that's out there.
Yeah, and he's, you know, they're saying this could be devastating for him because this could set precedent because there's other people that are suing him too. You know, you don't want to. He called out someone on his show and identified a person as the shooter at Parkland, an actual person who wasn't the shooter. It's like, dude.
Yeah, remember what happened to everybody with, was it Richard Jewell?
Yeah.
Right? The guy who...
in Atlanta, the bombing?
Atlanta, he's the security guard who came
poor
upon
Jewell.
the backpack. Gross, I know.
Yeah.
But he's the guy who identified it, and he was identified thereafter.
Hang him!
This guy is a loser. He lives with his mom, lives in the basement. This is the kind of guy who would bomb. This is it exactly. And he got identified by NBC, Brocott, all the big guys.
He was destroyed. Do you think his look had anything to do with it?
Of course. He was just this frumpy loser
portly,
dude.
Mustached. The poor guy. He had nothing to do with any fucking bombing at the Atlanta Olympics.
Just trying to help.
Trying to help. I'm a security guy.
I found a backpack. There was a backpack right here. Here's where it was.
That guy could literally be sitting in a jail right now. Like, if that...
Had he not died?
Did
he died early. Yeah, man.
Did he? Yeah. Hey, look, he was probably going to, but that had to be very, very hard. Can you imagine? Like, dude, you're just going through your life, and now you have world media outlets camped outside your house for a year. You can't
and
walk
he's just
outside.
A simpleton guy, right?
Yeah, he's making $9 an hour.
Yeah, living with his mom. Oh, Mom, I swear to God, I didn't do it.
Yep, I get to go to a couple Olympic events. If I do a good job, they'll let me go and see the curling event. Yep.
Summer Olympics curling.
Well, I get to go to one of the track and field things. Women's only. They won't let me go to the men's, but I can go to a women's event. And then it's like, now you're hauled in and ruined. He's also got another defamation suit against him.
Alex Jones, that is.
Alex Jones. Yeah, not Richard. They're not still piling on to Richard Jewell. So there was a man who recorded the deadly car crash at that white supremacist rally in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
And so he calls this guy out by name, calls him the guy that filmed it, that happened to have cameras, like, deep state shrill, CIA asset. As if everybody there doesn't have a camera phone. It's like, no, he's got to be a deep state shrill. He knew this is where our guy is going to come through and plow a bunch of people and kill someone. And that he helped organize the attack. He's not, and he didn't.
Just think about what he started this cottage industry of conspiracy. It's amazing.
But when you start getting deep into, there's enough conspiracy theories out there. Aliens, moon landings, JFKs, those there's enough of them out there that you can do a great show. To start pulling in like off the street victims from Parkland or just random people from Sandy Hook, it's like, dude, I'm shocked he hasn't been sued sooner.
It's beyond all decency.
Absolutely. Anyway, let's take a quick break, and then I have an update on the high school student with the sweet set of titties that they band-aided up.
Yes, I heard about that update.
Yeah.
She's working hard on it, I heard.
Yep.
Moving things forward.
Mariah Carey in the news, too, being sued. Explain that.
She came out as bipolar the other day. You see that?
That was, when you think of Brave, she was...
When you think of Obvious?
Right. They said...
dude.
She was. The quote was, she was widely praised for coming out as diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder.
Dude, that's the best. Give me a break, especially with someone being like a diva. That's the best thing. It just
perfect
benefits
diagnosis.
you. Now you can just sit
It
there and be an
explains
asshole.
everything.
Right?
Yep.
I literally have a card.
Bipolar.
Yeah,
I have my
I
be a
was
cunt
bipolar.
card right here in my wallet. I can be a cunt anytime I want. Bipolar 2. Sorry. Would you Bing bipolar 2? I didn't know there was a part 1 and a part 2. Did we need a sequel to Bipolar? I didn't think we did, but we'll get to that
they're
next.
like medical things.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hello, TDC listeners.
Did you know that for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can provide clean water for people living in a village in some shithole on the other side of the planet? Something else you can do for about the cost of a cup of coffee a day is become an official Detroit Cast member. This small gesture will help ensure that the Detroit Cast lives on for many years to come. It's simple. Go to DetroitCast.com, click on the Members Area tab, and choose whichever level you can afford. Members get lots of exclusive things, like chances to win in-studio visits during live shows, video shorts, and of course, tons of additional show content, like this fine moment, only heard in the Members Area.
You sell seashells by the seashore.
Yeah.
Hi, Eric. This is Melanie with You the Jury.
Hey, Melanie, how are you? It's Mike and Jay, actually.
Hey, Melanie.
Hi, guys. Is now still good for Benjamin?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let me just patch him in 1 sec.
Great, thank you.
Peck, equivalent to 2 gallons or 8 dry quarts,
Really?
or 16 dry pints.
That's what I remember. 16 dry pints.
2 pecks make a kenning, and 4 pecks, interestingly, make a bushel.
Wow. I had no idea I didn't even know a peck was a thing.
That puts it in some context right there. 4 pecks makes a bushel.
Okay. So
he's got a quarter bushel of pickled peppers. You know?
why did I not know that it was peck? Peter
Piper picks a peck of pickled
yeah.
peppers. I just don't understand. If they've been pickled, they've been picked already, right?
Yeah,
so how do you do that?
You can't repick them.
You can't pickle a pepper that hasn't been picked, or could you? You've got them hanging from the little branches, and you got a jar underneath each one.
That would be the
like
dumbest
dipping
way to do
it in.
No, that would be the
You're
dumbest
just
way to do it.
dipping an unpicked pepper into a jar.
You're pickling it? No.
Is it possible?
Well, I suppose anything's possible, but it'd be a terrible way to pickle a pepper.
Well, it's the only way that Peter Piper could pick a peck of pickled peppers, though, if you think about it.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, the whole thing's a lie. You prepared to say that?
I'm not. I think you're right. I think he held jars of pickling sauce.
You don't use pickling sauce to pickle, okay? What is it, vinegar and shit like that?
Pickling
a
sauce.
concoction
Yeah,
of-
it's
of
pickling sauce.
vinegar and such.
Take forever.
Hi, you're on with Benjamin.
Benjamin Crump.
Good morning.
So please, do your part to help out as we aim to eke out a modest living and provide life's essentials. Food on the table for our families, presents under the tree at Christmas, the occasional prostitute, and of course saving for our kids' college educations. And the hope to wake up one day and realize we're actually living out that simple life we've been dreaming about each night.
I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Niggas be hating, I'm rich as a bitch. 100K I spent that on my wrist. $200 spent that on your bitch. Do me your model, put that on my list. Woke up early in morning. Crib as big as a college. Diamonds cost me a fortune. Them horses all in them Porsches. You pussies can't handle afford it. 4,200 my mortgage. Falling on niggas like Kobe. Fuck all you haters, you bore me. Bang.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Detroit Cast with Mike featuring Jay.
Oh, featured status.
That's right, featured player. I'm going to start featuring members.
Sweet.
Oh man, so I understand you saw the video of E on the flatbed.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absurd that the guy allowed him to do that, required him to do that.
You can throw it up in members area?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's going in.
Good, I want to see it too. I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
I can imagine what it looks like.
It's definitely one of those moments where since nothing happened, and it was actually beneficial to me. It was easier. I had to drive the car, get the car on the thing with him. There was no one there helping him.
Plus, you're like, he's breaching a duty of care. Like, if something happens to me, I'm golden.
Great point. Would have been great.
Dude, it would have been. Can you imagine if you would have broke your neck or something? How
Yeah.
Not a
amazing that
neck,
would be.
but like an
Would've
arm
been
or
awesome
a few
for
legs.
all involved.
Yeah, but an arm's worth like 10 grand.
That's
you break
good
your
enough
neck,
for me, man.
if you're stuck in a chair like
No, I don't
and
wanna-
I'm talking not pair, but
hawk-like.
dude, not para. I'm talking quad. If you become a quad, dude, you could
You
Jay,
go from
could
para
get
to
him.
quad, you're talking a
Huge.
$10 million swing.
Dude, could you use 10 million bucks? E?
Is my dick still gonna work?
As long as she sticks a finger in your butt, yeah, it'll pop up. Yeah, you just gotta get
Because
the
with the money,
keep the $40
if I have
in
the
there.
money and I can't use it to get
Dude.
pussy, then what am I doing?
I
So-
guarantee you, there's nothing a playmate loves more than a quad with 10 million bucks.
I know, but if the dick doesn't work, then that's the point. No, I don't know.
No,
It was
your
crazy.
dick could work though, dude.
Okay, well, then sure, I guess. Why not? Why not?
You'd take it 10 million quadriplegic as long as your dick works.
Now I'm gonna have to say,
Breathing tube?
It better
Or is
be.
he-
Well, here I would. You know what? No, man.
Let's
It's
say
gotta
his
be 10
voice doesn't work, so he has to go hawk.
No, I'm definitely not
It
doing
would,
it. That,
dude.
but
It'd be better for all of us.
I know, but
if
not
you
for me,
Change
but-
your voice. I mean, it's awful.
not for me. But
right?
it has to
Kind
be
of
rid
be
of this.
funny if he was
Fuck,
like this.
dude.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you,
Well,
dude.
wouldn't it be better? Fuck you, dude. No? He's got to blow in a tube to move his chair.
The
He's got that dope ride. He's got a dope ride. He's
got-
blown into tube.
Yeah, he's
his
got
dick
spinners,
works.
dude. He's got spinners on his whip.
The 10 million better be my money that I get. I
It's
want
tax-free,
medical.
dog.
No, but I
After-
want medical shit. Like,
sure.
I don't want
all that
okay.
shit's
It's all
aside.
covered.
None of
Okay,
it's going
okay,
medical.
Your parents
Yeah.
are bankrupt, but it's covered.
You can completely spend it on bitches to stroke your penis to completion, and it totally
Okay.
works.
Dude,
Okay.
Jay pisses you off. You could literally hire some guy for 10 grand to break a knee.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's the kind of position you're in with 10 mil.
What do you think? You in?
I think I'm in. You're right. I think I'm in.
Just cap his knee, please.
He'd completely give away his health and freedom of movement.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as his dick works.
Yep. We could wheel you onto planes, take you all over the world.
Right. I mean, I just travel the world and shit.
Could look at shit.
Yeah. Right.
Look at that.
Exactly.
Sure can get hard.
Hamlin Pubs, everybody. They're inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs. Great food, drinks, and atmosphere, whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl. It's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations. Again, hashtag Drink Hamlin. Get out there.
Mentioned Mariah Carey just before the break, and she's about to be sued by a former manager for sex harassment and breach of contract.
Oh, I kind of remember this, right?
Yeah, the former manager, some chick named Stella Bolachnikov, claims Mariah was. Well,
Didn't this come to light a while ago? Am I imagining that? Or
I
was a
don't-
different manager? Maybe a security guard or something. Anyway, go
Yeah,
on.
I think it was a security guard. I
A
think
dude.
It was. Yeah. I just don't understand this, that people do this, but Bolachnikov claims Mariah was constant, and I mean constantly naked in front of her.
Yeah, that does happen a lot. doesn't
What
it?
is that? Like you and I have been in the same room, I don't know, tens of thousands of times.
Yeah.
At no point is it like, there's Jay naked again.
Is that another just level of celebrity? When you talk about you get to these levels of celebrity, that's almost like they're like, yeah, you know what? I can do this. Like
gotta
not
be,
even
right?
like they want it or something. It's just the power of the fact that yeah, I can rock around naked and deal with it.
Like 23-year-old Mariah Carey wants to walk around naked, fine, but it's almost illegal at 47 for her to be walking around nude. She's not.
She's far more voluptuous, though. Pull up a 23-year-old picture. She looks entirely different.
Oh, yeah.
She's wildly changed her look.
She's like skinny fat or something. She's got kind of this like.
Yeah, she was just kind of awesome voice forever.
Yeah.
But at the time, you wouldn't have looked at her as a sex symbol. Now she's like got that,
No.
come here to mama. Come
yeah.
put your head on my bosom.
The diva act. Fuck. Are those tits real?
Fuck no.
I mean, she's got these huge, stupid
Bing
tits.
Bing old pictures of her. There's no way those titties are real.
Yeah.
No way. I would bet my left nut on it.
But dude, titties get fatter if you get fatter.
Dude, those are so fake.
Yeah.
I mean, these are 18-year-old Mariah Carey images.
Yeah, where they're
trying to know what I
perm
don't know which
hair,
one. You
naturally
See,
curly.
go with the big titties to the left. There you go.
This one.
Yeah. I mean,
What year is that? That's 18.
It says. I mean,
that's
says,
not her at 18.
Oh, it should. I don't. I agree. That's right there. Probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's those are fine, but that is a B plus C minus maybe.
Yeah, she started out fine.
Yeah.
But now she's like double D, right? At least.
Oh yeah, huge. So she's accusing the star of violation of the Fair Employment and Housing Act. You're very familiar with that one. She says she had a 3-year contract that was terminated midway through, and apparently her claim is she hasn't been paid what her percentage was as manager. She claims that the year I started working with Mariah, she made $25 million that year. The year before, she made shit.
Mm-hmm.
And over the 3 years, she made $100 million.
Oh my God.
Yes. How the hell did Mariah Carey make $100 million?
Royalties, man. Mailbox money.
Yes. But then Mariah signed with J-Rock, Jay-Z's Rock Nation, in November of 2017. And she finds out that, I don't just get a record label, but management, talent, touring, concert production, as well as music, film, and TV production with this crew. And so, see you later, Stella. And so Stella's like, the fuck you are, walking around nude all the time, grossing me out, and then stiffing me on my money. And so we'll have to see where that goes. But like I say, she was last week just praised when she announced that I am, in fact, bipolar 2.
Explains everything.
And what a hero. I mean, what a hero. And so it was like, well, what is bipolar 2? I didn't know. There's new diseases and new things that pop up all the time. And so bipolar 1 involves periods of severe mood episodes from mania to depression. Bipolar 2 is a milder form.
Oh, I was going to say, is it just times like 10 or something?
You would think if you're going sequel that it'd be like, oh, dude, you thought that one was bad? Fucking, we're ramping this shit up.
Watch this.
No, milder form of mood elevation involving milder episodes of hypomania that alternate with periods of depression. So she's getting her I get to be a cunt whenever card.
For periods of depression.
Even with BP2?
It would have been way more fierce to come out with BP1.
Yeah. I wonder if she tried to get the people, like, can you just say it's BP1? Come on,
Say
I want
BP.
Because, dude, there's plenty of evidence out there
Yeah.
for BP1. We've seen that for decades from her.
It seems so.
Yeah. I mentioned the sweet-titted high school girl.
Yeah, the one who had to put the X of Band-Aids over her nipples.
Well, first remember, she's the girl in Florida that went to school without a bra, and she had like a loose gray shirt on, and her titties were so huge they were just bouncing around, and nips up, and kids were just like rock in class. The boys just could not pay attention. So they take her down to the principal, and the principal's like, throw this T-shirt on, then put your shirt on. Now jiggle them around. Let me see. Jiggle them. And it's like, nah, they're still prominent, you know?
Still look hot as fuck.
Yeah,
Put
those
some,
are the guys
Band-Aids over those.
Dude, you are going to have 1,000 hard-ons in the hallways if you go out like that. So we can't do that.
We're going to call kids to the board. They're not going to come up to finish the math
Yeah.
problem. They're going to be too
Yeah.
embarrassed.
We can't have that. So go to the nurse's office, and the nurse is like, here's 4 Band-Aids. Just start taping them suckers down. And she's horrified, and of course it's sexual discrimination, and boys learning, remember, is more important than girls.
That's why she's starting a bracott.
Yes, she started. I believe the bracott was this week. It might have been a couple days ago,
Dude,
actually.
how happy are you if you're a dude in the school? You're like, yeah, bring it on, man.
I was like,
bracott me.
I actually wrote in my notes, this is the first day in the history of the school that all male students are in class.
100% attendance.
100% male attendance for the bracott.
The bracott! Got to
So-
go support the ladies.
So, yeah, I mean, dude.
It's all about supporting.
Look, their education is just as important as ours.
The bra's not supporting them anymore. Someone has to.
That's right. And I'm going to be that guy. Hi, I'm Jackson. I'm here to support you for the bracott.
And I'm Connor. I'm here for the same reason.
So she was encouraging her female classmates to arrive to school braless to send a message that requiring the undergarment is sexist, and I agree with that. I mean,
so funny. Go burn your bra like they did in the 60s.
Sure.
You know? So cyclical.
It's funny. So they don't know how the school is going to react to this. You know, if I was the principal, I would have brought her. I would have done the same thing. I would have done another jiggle test.
Yeah.
You know, all that. But I would have let her know that this is not about your education is not as important as his. But I would stress, like, with great titties comes great responsibility.
That's well put, Mike.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if she sat down,
I've always believed that to be true.
and you know, you can use these as a powerful tool for your future, or you can use them as a weapon. And you don't want to weaponize great titties. So, Lizzie, I need you to hear me. There are boys. The amount of hard dicks in our school today is unacceptable, and that's on you.
Yeah.
So this isn't a personal thing, but we're going to need to clean this up, and I don't mean any offense.
Look, listen, Lizzie.
Yeah.
As long as titties are sexualized
Yes.
in this country, this is going to be a problem, okay?
The day you can show me some evidence that titties don't make dicks hard, I'm all eyes and ears. I'm willing to listen, but at this point in society,
Titties are so sexualized.
just walk down the hall. You'll literally see 14 boys going, "My jeans are getting tight. My jeans are getting tight.
My jorts are getting tight. Getting tighter."
Oh my God, it's funny. I saw yesterday was I couldn't resist, but it was trending on Twitter. The David Hogg, because he apparently dropped something on Twitter that said, "Stay tuned, next boycott announced soon," and people were like, "Fuck you, you punk ass son
Really?
of dude." They murdered him so hard. And
Yeah, so do we have gun control or what? Is that all set?
think so.
I'm
I
done with
thought
that.
I-
He's moving on to titty control now.
I turned my gun. I'm almost positive I turned my gun in.
Yeah, I have to look into that. I don't.
Yeah,
think I did.
guns are illegal now in the country, so we're moving on to other things. But it's like, dude, if you think you're gonna weaponize your Twitter account anytime someone doesn't agree with you, and you're gonna fucking bully people all over, and I tweeted out like, dude, you are about to learn a real lesson here. That
You tweeted at the hog himself.
I tweeted at hashtag David Hogg's next boycott or whatever it was that was trending, and I was
Good
like,
job, Miguel.
yeah, I had to. And I was like, he's about to learn a real serious lesson. First off, that no one ever gave a shit what he had to say or about his causes. He's also about to learn that as fast as they come to love you, they will hate you. And so...
Glad you did your part.
Yeah, I felt I had to. Warn him at least. Give him the heads up. Lastly, before we get to email, I wanted to show you this guy, Jay. Another judge. I put them in such high...
No, you shouldn't.
Should this guy ever be pulling his dick out in front of women? I don't care if it's to knock down a DUI charge.
No.
Do you think any chick wants to see this guy's
No,
dick?
no. That
I
guy
mean-
does not have a hot dick. There's no way, right? He's got one of those little stubby dicks with like
Yeah.
salt and pepper pubes.
The helmet's probably just a little bit too fat for the
bush.
shaft.
Yeah.
Silver bush. Head's too fat for the shaft. It's kind of a narrow shaft, bulbous head.
Veiny.
Yeah.
Very veiny.
And
Over
it
veiny.
just-
Overly veiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can handle a couple veins, but my God, don't
Yeah.
bring in a third purple vein.
No.
Don't do it.
Mm-mm. I don't think there's much length to it. It's very
No.
chodish. And just gray.
Long balls, too.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Balls
With-
extend far beyond the panoose itself.
And you know they've never met a razor or a clipper.
No,
So
no,
there's
no.
just long, stringy silver hairs coming off the balls.
Billowing.
Yeah, it's not a good look, folks, this guy, but he's been charged with federal crimes for forcing himself sexually on women in exchange for reduced penalties. You know, you got a chick with a speeding ticket, one with a DUI. DUI, as long as he doesn't touch me, I'll look at his dick. All right? Yes, he tried to kiss my lips. But dude, DUI suck.
I'd look at his dick, too, to get out of a DUI.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially now with the violation as heavy as it is.
What if you were given like a 15-second requirement?
I
would
could
do it.
Do that.
I'd do it. Dude,
All right.
DUIs suck.
All right. You walk in. He's like, lady, ma'am, I'm going to need to see you in my chambers. Goes back there. Immediately tries to kiss her. One kiss on the lips. You still in? DUI's going away.
Yeah, I'd take a kiss on the lips.
Okay. He's going to grab your tit, just like really quick. In and
Oh,
out.
I thought it was me. I didn't realize I was a woman.
No, it's...
I was answering as me.
Yeah.
I would actually kiss the guy to get
Yeah.
out of the DUI.
All right, fine. He grabs your tits too. Whatever. It's a weird situation, but sure. And then out of nowhere, he just whips that robe open and he's showing you.
There he is. He's just hanging.
And it's that guy. We're looking at that.
If it gets me out of it, and I don't have to touch shit.
Nothing's going in a hole of yours. Dude, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd rather pick up garbage on the other judge's lawn, I'll be honest with you, in my Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, but you got to take the spanking, right?
Yeah, he's going to tan my can. That's right. Yeah, these guys got to stop pulling their dicks out, man. 3 women. For a speeding ticket, I think I'd just hang on to the speeding ticket.
Yes.
Take the 2 points or whatever. 1 point. I don't want them kissing me, grab my titties.
No doubt about it.
Oh, ladies.
Hey, everyone, please use our affiliate links. You'll see our Amazon and Groupon links above the fold at DetroitCast.com. Go ahead and click on them. Shop away. It doesn't cost more. The key is to click through our links. Also, make sure that you're shopping MyPillow.com.
Yes.
For all your bedding-related
Phil.
needs. Use TDC code for the very best discount. And you will be surprised if you go to MyPillow.com at how many bedding-related things there are.
Oh, the 3-inch bed topper.
The 3-inch bed topper. You've got the stadium seat. You've got the travel pillows.
Yeah.
The Proops bed. There's all sorts of shit that you just...
Don't get past them sheets, son.
The sheets. The Giza. The Giza cotton. It's the best.
His Giza, best in the world. I bought all of it. I bought up all of it. You can't get it. You can't get this cotton anymore.
He literally bought the whole supply of Giza cotton one year.
It's where the Euphrates meets the
Tigris.
The Tigris. I bought it all. Millions of dollars.
That would make it Iraqi cotton, but...
Yeah.
Oh, they're such wees. They're just babies.
Look at
they're
those
babies.
boobs. Oh,
Little black bears.
all 3 of them,
Tennessee.
including
Where
the
is it?
trooper.
Virginia.
All 3 of those poops.
They're adorable.
Isn't that the greatest thing you've ever... Yeah, our mom was hit by a car.
I love bears.
Yeah, our mom was hit by a car, and so we're standing on the side of the road, and then this guy, that guy picked us up and saved us. Oh, I just...
Trooper.
Look at the fucking hands on that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, look at those nails. Look at that poops.
Got 3 Smokies there.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love those guys. Anyway, let's get to email. We got to get to
We do have some email. Jim writes in, love the Catherine Price interview. Of course, that was the breaking up with your phone interview.
Oh, yeah.
Break up with your phone, says Jim. Not from a business aspect. I can be realistic about it. I understand. But I dumped Twitter about 10 days ago, and I'm killing this smartphone bullshit by 2020.
Really?
That is a move. That is a move.
Facebook, I could see
Dude.
totally. Twitter, I like for news. Just like what's breaking news. Breaks on Twitter faster than anywhere else.
I suppose.
No,
dude, if you're not into, dude, honestly, if you're not into news stories, if you're not caring that much about it, dude, the notion that a regular person would be way harder to break up with Facebook than Twitter. Because Facebook,
yeah, but what about for trolling David Hogg?
But a lot of people, I'm just saying, for the normal person who doesn't as much
No, I
necessarily
guess
care
that makes
about
sense.
that, it would
That
be
makes
harder
sense.
to do Facebook than Twitter.
Yeah.
I think if I wasn't doing what we do, I could get rid of a smartphone. If given some time to kind of wean off it and get me wits about me.
Yeah.
I think I could.
I could see you completely removed from Twitter,
There's
all social
no
media.
There's no question I would be removed from that. But
Yeah.
the fact that the smartphone allows me to go Gmail and to go
Bing.
Bing,
Dude.
whatever I want to find out.
Bing would be tough.
Yeah.
Dude, Bing would be tough to get rid of. Just for settling arguments,
That's it right there. Al writes in, a grievance has found me. Oh, well, we'll put Al to the test here. It's short, so I don't think he's going to need all his time, but we'll put you on the clock. Grievance has found me, said Al. I am at Burger King and need a napkin, except the person who fills the napkin dispenser overfills it, so it is impossible to get one out. Theoretically to serve the customer, but actually so they won't have to be bothered again that entire day. That's interesting.
That's bona fide as shit is what that is.
We've all encountered that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that he's assigned kind of like a purpose to this. It's so that they don't have to go refill it. Like, I don't want to be bothered with it again. I always thought it was just negligence. Just
That's
like,
what I thought, too.
I don't know how to fill these things. I just put a bunch in.
Just stuff it in there
But
and close it.
maybe it's more diabolical than that,
Is
Mike.
it possible? I've never thought of that. that
Like,
it's
I don't want to
sinister.
fucking be bothered by this goddamn napkin dispenser
Yeah.
again today, so I'm going to overfill it.
Yeah. Boy, that is sinister.
That is
if that's the
attributing
case.
just dastardly aspect to it.
There's nothing more frustrating when you're trying to pull
Yeah,
it
and then it
won't
rips.
It rips.
First one rips. You have to rip like 8 of them. You know what I do? I end up just grabbing a handful and ripping out 35 of
Yeah,
them.
I don't.
It is what it is.
Yep, I have no problem with that. If I have to take a tree's worth of paper to finally get the napkins to come out,
Fuck 'em.
done.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Bona fide grievance. I would agree with that. Isis?
I think it's an old man thing, but whatever.
Old man, it's
deal with it.
Pussy maybe.
Whatever. Okay.
Pussy maybe, but
okay,
not
pussy,
old
you're
man.
Right, fine, pussy. I don't think it's bona fide.
Not many
Just deal
old
with
men
it.
are hanging out in Burger King.
Oh yeah, they do. Are you kidding me?
Really? You see a lot of old men in Burger King?
Burger King and McDonald's. Go there in the morning, dude. There's 8-year-old.
They do drive-throughs, dude. McDonald's
No,
drive-throughs.
no, dude. Are you kidding me? Go to some McDonald's on a Saturday or Sunday, dude. You will see old dudes sitting there reading the paper.
Oh,
still,
dude, I
getting their coffee.
encountered this at a Tim Hortons not too long ago. We were between soccer games, like Manny and Russell were playing, so we're like, we'll just hit the Tim Hortons, grab a coffee or whatever. Yeah. And there was this group of like elderly dudes, and you could tell it was their spot.
Oh, this was their meeting spot?
Yeah, it was their meeting, and they're just like getting away from the women, and they just
Yeah.
want to shoot the shit. So they meet up at Tim Hortons.
Well, think about it, dude. You can get the coffee and the food is a little cheaper than a regular restaurant. Nowadays, most people have Wi-Fi, although they're probably on the paper anyway, or they're in groups.
But that's how they
and
hang
can
with
talk.
their boys at that age.
Dude, could you imagine, like, me, you, and
That's
Dust
what it
and
comes to.
T-Roy? We're like
Yes.
80.
It might.
Dude, let's meet at McDonald's. And we're just sitting up there bitching about our girls or whatever.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's so weird. What a concept.
Yeah.
That's just weird. But where else are we going to go? We're not going to go to 7-Eleven and play pinball again.
Depends on what
And
table
again,
they're.
it's easier to me than a regular restaurant usually because sometimes the tables are.
Yeah.
You can
you just kind of take a section to yourself.
Right, you don't have
and
a
hang
server,
around.
so they don't really come up to you every.
Yep.
A server's going to come up to you every.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want that? I'd rather do a big boy.
I'm just telling
With
you
my
what I
crew.
could do. I've
Do
seen
you mind
this.
if we do big boy?
Yeah, let's do big. Will Big Boy still be around?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Big Boy will
hope
still be
so, but
around.
Those are falling by the wayside pretty quick.
those waitresses are so nice at Big Boy.
really
though.
wearing
Yeah.
their brown smocks and everything.
Yeah, and the checkered thing, but they're
So
always,
the
hi,
worst.
guys, how you doing? They're not like,
You're talking just the diner kind of waitress.
Yeah.
Overall, you're not just talking Big Boy.
and it's got your giant salad bar, so you can still get all your
Big
fixings.
Boy's so gross. If they have coffee, I'm there. All right, I'll see you at Big Boy.
I
in
think
30
they have
years.
coffee.
Linda writes in with a grievance. I'm going to start the clock. This looks like Linda might have read this and timed it out. We'll see how she does.
All right.
I am so tired of save-the-date invitations, all claiming precedence of their special event, all attempting to monopolize my time. These self-important invitations come 6 months to a year in advance. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone 6 months from now, and that's the way I like it. I refuse to plan my life around your save-the-date invitation. I refuse to feel guilty if I choose to spend my summer and my days off doing the things I like to do in spite of your well-in-advance assault on my time. What if I already have my own plans? Stop sending out save-the-date invitations for your self-important events. A simple invitation at the appropriate time will suffice.
Oh man.
Definitely
Yeah.
put a clock to herself.
Winky face.
Good for her. Good for her.
Linda, I've never thought about this before.
Yes, you have. This is
save the
similar to my RSVP.
Yeah.
Respond soon, very please.
It is very similar to that, and I have definitely received the save the date, and I have been annoyed by it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like a grievance had found me at that moment, though. Maybe it hasn't been such a monopoly on my time.
Yeah.
That I felt it, but yeah, I do kind of go, fuck, like.
Well, let's be clear. We don't want to, whatever they're offering us, we don't want to be at.
Right.
No matter what it is. So it's a matter
Speak
of
for
okay.
yourself on that. Be very clear. Speak for your. I'm just
Please.
saying.
So understanding that none of us want to be at whatever you're doing, whatever your event is. We
Yeah.
don't want to be there. It's like
To E's
can
point, I don't think we can assume that. So because that puts
A
it in
lot of
total.
people do like to do things, by the way.
And there are weddings you do want to or need to go to.
Shame on you.
It's true. There's family that matter and so forth. But
I just think it's very, very selfish to expect that I'm going to know what I'm going to be doing in 6 months. And now that's my whole problem with the RSVP. Is
I
like,
think what Linda is
dude,
claiming, and I can see her point, it's sort of like this further assault. It's not just that you're getting an invitation, but it's like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you in advance now, so you
The
better
invite's
fucking,
coming.
you have no excuse
The gall.
if you don't come.
the nerve.
Gross.
Dude, that is even worse. Like, I can accept your
temerity
I
of
can
this move.
Your RSVP, I can accept that. I'm not going to respond soon, very please, ever, because I don't know if something better is going to come along and now I've committed to you. That's bullshit. It's not
might.
fair to me. It's not fair to me. It's selfish of you. So I'm not going to do that. But to send me an invite before that to let me know that the RSVP is
it's
coming?
cutting off your ability to say no.
Yeah.
It really is. It's making you look like further asshole if you do say no. It's like, oh my God, we told him 6 months in advance and
Dude.
still.
We asked him in July
Like,
what
what
he was
could
doing
be
in November.
so important?
Yeah.
Nothing just came up. We told him 6 months in advance.
Yeah. So from the moment we told him that in January that we had something kick ass going in November, anything that came up for that date in November, he should have said, no, sorry, I've
We
already
don't
got
even know
something."
the football schedule in January, do we?
Not January. Well,
Right?
Well, no, we're wrapping up the season in January.
Yeah.
February.
So we don't know the
Super Bowl.
football season in
No,
November.
No.
Something better could definitely come up.
Oh, dude. And when you talk about a November event, we're getting into postseason, dude.
Yeah.
You know
See,
what I
I'm
mean?
torn
We're
on-
talking possible Michigan, Ohio State. You know, that sort of shit.
Yes.
I'm very torn on this because it doesn't really affect me, obviously. I don't have.
I was going to say, how many invites do you get?
I'm not saying that, but I mean, that's not the point, though. Like, just as a thought of it, I agree that, like, the idea of 8 months out, like, fuck you, man, 8 months, blah, blah, blah. But on the same hand, Jay, you know more than anybody. When are they supposed to send it then? Because it's 2 months and enough.
Yeah.
There's a line there where, dude, you need to give them an advance notice if
There
you think
sure
they want
is.
to come.
For the recipient, though, it can be annoying because it really is taking your legs out.
Right.
Your
Well,
ability
does
to
it-
go, if I would have known,
Yeah.
boy, I wouldn't have scheduled that weekend that me and Gab are going away, but we are. So,
Yeah, so
it's really fucking
but
with you.
does it depend on what it is?
Bona
Because
fide.
if it's
I'm going bona fide.
If it's my birthday party at the roller rink, we're reliving our days in the
Nobody
80s.
saves a date for that shit.
Okay, well, I don't know. I've never gotten one of these.
I assume
People
a
know
save the date
better.
is basically
Weddings.
a wedding
But-
or
so
some
it's a
big
wedding, but
major birthday party.
destination
Family
wedding?
reunions.
Right, yeah.
Destination wedding would be the one, which is bullshit, by the
Well,
way.
those are
Fuck
easy
you.
to just say no to.
Right, but it's like I wanted to give you guys a year in advance to save money to join us if you can make it.
How presumptuous is that?
I know.
Oh, good. I can now save money for your wedding.
Yeah,
Ugh.
in Hawaii, where I'm now got shit to do all week preparing for
Yeah,
your big
You're the
day.
exact person I wanted to go to Hawaii with.
I'd rather be drowned by my fat husband in the hot tub the day before the wedding.
I will say bona fide. I do agree that it's bona fide.
Bona
but
fide,
it's a
gentlemen?
weird-
Sure,
I'm
we'll
bona
bona
fide,
fide
too.
it. We'll bona fide it.
Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Very good. We will all be back tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be back with us. That's the way this works.
Yeah,
The
we'll
best.
see. I mean, it's sort of a day to day at this point.
I thought he was talking about the listeners.
No, I
You were
was talking about the
Jay.
listeners. I wasn't talking about Jay. He's mulling it over.
Talk about
Keep an eye on
self-important.
him. Make sure he doesn't take his time card home with him.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him. All right. Hopefully we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Hey, TDC listeners.